Welcome, and we're continuing on with making Frankenstein. What we're going to be doing, I have my body here, which I have decided upon, and I want to reinforce the bottom, the area where the hand enters, and at times, depending on the structure, I will also do the same method for the neck area. This one might be a little more challenging because it is a half circle and not a full round circle, which some of them can be more of a cut-in at the top. However, let's focus on the bottom, which is someplace I really... Now, this will add extra structure to your body. Not just structure, but reinforcement structure, a rounder hole at times if you need it. Just reinforces everything and makes it easier to slide in and out. So what I use is this tubing that I use for water. It's used for water, I should say. I don't use it for water. But you can buy it at hardware stores, usually in the plumbing department. And it's usually what they hook up ice machines to and that sort of stuff from a pipe that allows the water to go through into a ice making machine or whatever. It's not like aquarium tubing, which is very flexible and clear. They usually come with this kind of white look to them, and they're a lot stiffer, but not too stiff. So that's what I use. I've cut off a piece, and I take off a small piece off this dowel. It's a 3/16 because that fits right inside the tubing, and it will help me attach it. And you can use any color of electrical tape. Black is usually what it comes in, but anything that you want. I'll grab my black. I have many colors of it. So there we go. You also, a good tool to use, I cut off a piece, by the way. A little handy idea here. Any little small pieces that you have for making your puppet, you should always have a container, small container to put them in so you don't lose them while you're making your puppet. It happens often, and the best thing to do is find containers and put them in. I have it for that, I have it for my eyes, nose potentials, all that sort of stuff, so you don't lose it. So I will take it out since I'm focusing strictly on what I'm doing, and I don't need this because I cut the piece. That's the piece of dowel, by the way, that I cut off. Doesn't have to be very long. Probably what, 1/2 inch? So we will get started here. So when you usually cut this tubing with scissors, you end up with it being flattened out the circle. So I use the awl to get right in there and to spread it out. It'll, number one, make it easier to get the little wooden dowel in, and that. So it's really important that you will have to do this just because the dowel fits in there tightly. So you squeeze it in on one side, and whatever it takes to get it in about halfway or so, and then you do the other side and you work it. And usually when you work it in, both sides will even out. They'll kind of push, and you want them to close. Now, what I should have done before I started that, so I got it in on one side, and now I'm going to measure. What I usually do is either I'll take a measuring tape, cloth one, and go around it and figure out the depth. Other times I'll just cut off a piece. I kind of roughly, take the big tube and kind of go around and kind of get a rough idea. And then I'll fit it, because you're going to fit it just underneath the lip here. And we're going to show you how to glue it in. But I usually fit it in and then go, okay, that's the right size. So I'll usually fit it in just under the lip. And if it fits like that comfortably and it holds the circle, then I know that's it, and I'm going to snip it. And it'll be just fine right there. Okay? and I'll just turn it over. Yeah, so that's where we're going to do it. That's where it's going to be placed. So anyways, as I was saying, now we'll just put it together. You just got to play with it and kind of get the ends to meet as closely as you can. I mean, if they're not cut straight, you won't get a perfect meeting place. There we go. Then use your trusty old electrical tape and just take a piece and you wrap it around. Sorry, I'm not in the thing. Wrap it around the tape just a few times. Doesn't have to be a lot. It just really holds it in place and makes sure there's no possibility of it coming undone. Do it tight as you can, and then there we go. So there we go. Next step will be gluing it onto the body.